Hey, what's up? Just taking a break. Hell March 2017. Mile marker 31. Underneath the road currently. Just sitting down, taking a breather. Give you a look here. I find the area between Wilbur and Grand Coulee to be very, very interesting. Especially when I think of the settlers who lived out here who actually made this hell march that I'm making today quite regularly to get to the dam, to get supplies. I mean, some of them had cars, a lot of them horse wagoned it, a lot of them walked it. I mean, really, wasn't really much else you can do back in those times. So I feel pretty good knowing that a lot of my ancestors have made this same exact journey that I'm making now today. It kind of brings me to something I've been thinking about for a while, just how unimportant everything in life really is in the sands of time, at least. I mean, how much do we really know when it comes to biblical times and Genghis Khan and the Roman emperors? What do we really know about them? Probably not very much. Most has been forgotten. Most doesn't matter. I mean, they're even taking a lot of World War II history out of the school books that kids are learning today in school. And soon, give it 500 years, maybe 1,000 years, even somebody like Adolf Hitler will probably no longer be that important anymore. And so I take that with a grain of salt. I mean, I guess we pretty much just manufacture importance on a daily basis just to keep ourselves up and at 'em and keep ourselves from getting too depressed. We invent importance, whether it be community, family, hobbies, desires, addictions, whatever the case may be. But in the sands of time, none of it's important. Your problems with your coworker yesterday, not important. Sickness, not important. Feeling bad about something, waste of time. In the sands of time, it doesn't matter. Been 100 years, it's not going to matter. It doesn't really matter. And most things I've seen in 100 or experienced in 100 years, they won't matter, so they really don't matter. And when I'm out here in between Wilbur and Grand Coulee, this perspective hits me pretty hard. Just looking at the history out here. When you look out here, this is nothing but wheat and destitution at this point. That's all this really is. And that's all it's been for a while. Long time ago, before the settlers came here and discovered that the ground was really fertile for growing wheat, and with the river and whatnot, the irrigation project began, and farmers moved here and started growing wheat, and that's kind of where it's at right now. We're post that right now, or at least in the midst of it. But what did this area out here, what did it used to be before this? Well, scientists and historians will tell you that this was a big forest at one time. yeah, this was actually a big forest. And it makes sense when you go down by Creston, and there's the old mill down there where there's a big lumber gig back in the day down in Creston. Most of that's gone. What most people presume is there was a fire, big forest fire that burnt most of it down, and then we came in and pretty much cleared out the rest. Hence, the ground's very fertile. It's funny, that's how nature works, isn't it? Fires really are a good thing because they kill everything off and they make the ground nice and fertile for new growth. So at one point, this beautiful farm wheatland that we were looking at out here was once a forest. But most people wouldn't know that now looking at it. Most people don't really look into science or history or anything like that. You know, they're more concerned with other things. But my question is, how much did the forest that used to be here really matter now? You know, didn't matter at all. It's gone. It no longer exists. Just like at some point in life, these wheat fields will be gone. They won't exist anymore. The farmers will flee. Whether it be big fire, drought, temperature, you name it. It could be a number of things or combinations of things. But this won't exist forever. Just like we won't exist forever. Just like our goals won't exist forever. Just like our worries won't exist forever. Eventually we die. So it makes one think, what exactly is it that we want to do while we're on this life? Because worrying about things really doesn't do much for you but stress you out. Doesn't matter if you're a winner or a loser. Doesn't matter if you succeed or fail in the sands of time. It's both liberating and scary, but it's the truth. Where will this be in 1,000 years? Who knows? What will become of me in 1,000 years? I'll be dead, long dead and gone. What will become of this video in 1,000 years? Probably forgotten forever in the sands of time. Just interesting to think about. It's very zen in a lot of ways. But it just kind of, thinking like this kind of helps ease my worries a lot. Because ultimately, there's no point. There's nothing I'm going to do that's going to infringe upon the sands of time. There's nothing that's going to happen to me that's going to infringe upon the sands of time. So everything just is. Even most inventions. I mean, the guy that invented the telephone, well, that's cool, but we're all using cell phones. Soon we'll use little chips. 1,000 years from now, nobody will even remember what a telephone is. Everything essentially doesn't stand up to the test of time. Nothing. So there's no point in worrying. There's no point in fretting. No point in getting angry. No point in getting sad. I still don't think it's a bad thing to get happy though, even though that too is essentially pointless, because I mean, at least it's fun to be happy, isn't it? Well, it's all for now. This video's been about 10 minutes long and I'm running out of storage space on this tablet. Well, see you guys next time. Over and out.